Hello Leo, thank you for tuning in to your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Lima Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm using the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Alright, already shuffled. Let's go ahead and see what we got. The ending we're coming to, it seems like there's a lot going on here. Alright, let's see. The situation, where we're coming into this situation, there's conflict already. I feel you very frustrated, just to start with. You're coming into the situation, but I feel like you're also coming in not only with frustration, but with control. This may be one of those moments where maybe in your younger years you might have just kind of snapped off about it, but at the moment you're just, you have the urge to do that, but you're like, it's not going to work, it's not going to make this better, I need to keep it together, so I will, but that power is behind you, pushing you forward, like, I'm aggravated about this, but I know how this works out if I just snap off about it, so I'm just going to do my best to keep it together and actively, progressively, help in a helpful way move this situation forward. But immediately, you do have the Five of Wands. You are aggravated. You do have the Passion card, which seems to like you definitely want this taken care of. You're not happy, is what I'm getting. It's like, no, this isn't right. I need to say something. But this is the card of home safe protection, safe home protection, if I could say it right. Safe home protection. That's why you're tempering. That's that also pulling in, like, you're tempering this, like, all right, I do need to say something. I am going to handle it, but I need to be effective. I don't want to make this worse. I need to make it better. And it needs to get better now. For that reason, I will keep it together, and I will be careful how I say things and how I handle this, because I need improvement. I need improvement. It's not an option for things to go any worse than they already are. I'm not happy with it. I'm aggravated. You're forcing yourself to kind of bite your tongue a little bit is what I'm getting. You got the Emperor card pulling right into the environment. No matter where you are in the situation, whether you're a person giving orders, taking orders, in the middle, wherever you are, you're handling yourself quite respectfully. You're being effective. You're keeping it together. You're being very effective is what I'm getting. As you come into the situation and you're saying your truth and you're saying what you're seeing and you're saying what needs to change, you are being very effective because you have the control and you are using it. You're able to do it, and I feel like you're to the point where you're even good enough at this point to, like, you may be really aggravated on the inside, but you're able to stop. You're not. It's not coming forward. People, you know that it comes through sometimes through your face, your actions. And you're at this point, you're good enough to kind of tie that in, and like, I don't want people to know how I'm feeling about this, and you know how to curtail that, and you're doing what you need to. You're being very, very effective here, very effective. Best possible decision is coming from this, the way you're coming in, and you're winning over enough. You're winning this situation over enough to get people to really hear you. Again, no matter whether you're the director, the middleman, the follower in the situation, like if you're the one receiving the orders, if you're, in the middle, or whatever you are, wherever you are, you're making an impact. You're being heard. And I feel like the Page of Cups here is how you're being heard. Like, you're getting somebody's ear, you're getting somebody to think about what you're saying, and you're able to literally plead your case because you're getting enough of this person's attention, maybe more than one person, for them to really hear you and really think out what you're saying, because you're making perfect sense at this point. But it's not enough to just make perfect sense. You need to be heard too, and you are. And I feel like that's kind of the maturity you're bringing into the situation, kind of like you're aware it's not enough to be right. You have to be heard, because if you're not heard, it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. If you're not heard, it's ineffective. It's not going to change anything. You need to be heard and considered and listened to. And you are. Now, it's the Page of Cups, though. You're being considered. What I'm getting from that is the Two of Swords on your side. You said your truth. You're satisfied with being heard, not satisfied with result. But the thing is, it's in that quasi state. Will it or will it not make a difference? You don't know. And if it's a little kind of, it's not your favorite moment in life to be like, all right, I was heard, but does it matter? I'm waiting to find out. It's kind of like waiting for test results, kind of like 2 weeks before I find out. Wait, 2 weeks? Are you kidding me? Oh, I guess I have to wait then. And it's just kind of like, I hate this time frame. Like, I have to wait this long. So, I feel you waiting. It's not the worst, it's not the best. But in the environment, you got the Ace of Cups. I feel like you really did make an impact. That Page of Cups is where it started. Somebody listened. Somebody took it and thought it through. The Ace of Cups is coming through like people are realizing not only are you making sense, but it's making sense for them too. Like this is what you're seeing is not right. This is what should change. This is why it needs to change, and it's good for everybody if it does. You're being seen as a team player at this point is what I'm getting, and that you're looking out for the situation as a whole. You're being received very positively. Now, what comes forward next from this situation? More communication comes towards you about what you've seen and what you believe needs to happen. It may be like a very private conversation, so if it wasn't very private to begin with, it may become a little bit more private in the future. The Seven of Wands is somebody holding their ground. The Justice card is explaining, like, but you're going to get the truth on why. Especially because you got authenticity flanking right in. This is the environment. This is what's actually happening. You're absorbing this information. There's not really a card up here to explain this because you're just absorbing it. The information's coming towards you. A situation that you're not happy with, you think something is wrong. I don't get that you're wrong, that it's wrong. If that makes sense. But I get like somebody's coming towards you to explain to you why things are happening the way they are. And telling you the truth about why it's happening. Like, for example, if money is missing and you know it, this person is telling you where the money is going and why it's not public knowledge to where it's going. And it's coming forward the truth about what's happening. It's like something like that is what I'm feeling. It's a very private matter. I don't feel like anything should be illegal because I'm not getting. Because justice is here saying that nothing is wrong, nothing's out of balance, but information is balancing out at this point, and you're understanding why things are the way they are. An imbalance that you're seeing is you're now seeing like why it's the way it is. Information is coming towards you to explain to you what's actually happening and why. You absorb this information, and I'm getting the Page of Swords on your side. And this seems to be going forward in the situation. Like, I feel like you're being told the information, and you're just kind of like, okay. I just see you absorbing it and trying to make sense of it. Just kind of like, not like does 2 + 2 = 4? Not that way, but just kind of like, well, is it really 2 + 2? Like, that's how you're trying to make sense of it. Now, you're not questioning 2 + 2 = 4. What you're questioning is like, is it 2 + 2? Is that the actual equation? Is that what's actually happening here? This person is telling me these things. They seem very honest, and I just see you absorbing it like, okay. You're not rebuttaling it. You're not questioning it. You're not telling anybody you're not really sure if you believe them. You're not saying that. But I feel like, especially as you go forward, you're like looking like, is that really what's happening here? Is that really how this is? And you're looking between the lines, looking at little details, and you're just, I feel like you're figuring it out. Like, you know what, that really is what's happening here. And that is why this is happening. And I feel like you're kind of, in the sense of like, I don't know if I like it, but I don't know if it matters. Kind of like, this is why the situation is the way it is. Maybe it's not really out of balance. I just feel like you're kind of like a little dumbfounded, like, oh, so that's why this is happening. It's just kind of like, you're just kind of absorbing it and just kind of watching and just like, this is, it looks like this is really what's happening. Now, I feel more communication keeps coming to you. you seem to be getting deeper in this situation at this point. Opportunities are actually coming towards you is what I'm getting. Because you saw what's going on here, you see it, you were perceptive in figuring it out, you're considered an asset for actually seeing it is what I'm getting. So no matter where you are on this level again, you're seen as a very strong asset because you recognized and you saw what was happening. Very perceptive. It seems to impress somebody, if not more than one person. The situation is not changing, but you've garnered something in the sense of like you got the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. This will be remembered. This will benefit you in the future. I'm getting you've made a very important mark on the situation. And when opportunities are available in the future, you will be presented these opportunities because you're considered a very strong asset, a very sharp person. And even though the situation isn't changing, you seem to understand why it has to be the way it is. I see you backing off from it. And I see other people kind of liking that and seeing that you understand what's really happening here. And actually, you're like, I feel like you're kind of included in this, like when opportunities come, I see somebody like looking at you first, like thinking like, I wonder if this would benefit the Leo that saw these before. Because the Leo we know is sharp. We know the Leo will say something if they see something out of balance. And maybe this is a good place for the Leo because we know that they'll see something if it's wrong and they'll tell us if it's wrong. So I'm getting more opportunities will come for you down the line because of this. I feel like this was a good reading for Leo because I feel like you're getting some form of resolution and you're getting some type of reward down the line for it. So I do like this. I think this is good. I don't know how you feel about it. I'm sure the comments will let me know. But I feel like this is good because you're proving without trying to that you're very sharp and astute and you're doing what's right and you're calling something out when you don't think it's right. But you're also kind of holding back afterwards, like, oh, all right, well, I mean, that's the way that's the way they want it. They gave me the reasons why. I got my answers. So the way you're handling it, it's earning you a lot of respect, is what I'm getting. And that's it. We're there. All right. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.